They hated you for reasons you could not understand. You walk into a room and feel the stares. You watched friendships disappear, relationships collapse, opportunities vanish, and wondered, what did I do wrong? Because for years they lied about you. They whispered your name behind closed doors. They spread stories that were never true. They painted a picture of you that did not exist. And while you were trying to survive, they were busy trying to destroy your reputation. God was watching every single lie, and now the season has changed. The same truth they tried to bury is rising to the surface. The same people who believed the lies are beginning to see what really happened. The same individuals who mocked you are now questioning everything they were told, because God has a way of exposing darkness. He has a way of revealing what people thought would remain hidden forever. For years they worked overtime, creating a version of you that never existed. They told people you were dangerous and a bad influence. They told your neighbors that you could not be trusted. They told your friends that associating with you would ruin their lives. They told people that you are a witch and specialize in manipulating people. They accused you of destroying relationships. And the saddest part, many people believed them. Not because the lies were true, but because lies repeated often enough can sound convincing. They approached your friends and family. They approached people you cared about. And little by little, they planted seeds of doubt. Suddenly, the phone calls stopped. The invitations stopped. The messages became shorter. The relationships grew distant. People who once loved being around you began treating you like a stranger, not because of something you did, but because of something they heard. And while you were trying to understand what was happening, an entire narrative was being created behind your back. Yet God saw it all. Nothing escaped his attention. Every conversation, rumor, false accusations, God saw it all. There was something about your life they could not stand. Your potential, character, your future, your resilience, your relationship with God. Something about you reminded them of what they lacked within themselves. Instead of improving themselves, they decided to attack you. Instead of growing, they chose destruction. Instead of celebrating your blessings, they tried to sabotage them. Their jealousy towards you became an obsession. Obsession became manipulation. Manipulation became a campaign against your name. And they convinced themselves they were justified. But jealousy always exposes itself eventually, because no matter how careful someone hides it, the fruit of jealousy eventually becomes visible. The lies became bigger. The stories became more ridiculous. The contradictions became impossible to ignore. And that is exactly what happened. One of the most painful things they did was attack your relationships. They told potential partners, don't marry that person. They come from a family of witches. They are too promiscuous. They aren't who you think they are. Imagine the heartbreak. Imagine watching genuine connections fall apart because someone decided to spread lies. People who never took the time to know you accepted the words of people who were actively trying to destroy you. Doors closed, opportunities disappeared, relationships ended, and each time it happened, your heart broke a little more. But what they did not understand is this: God can remove people who were never meant to stay. Sometimes what feels like rejection is actually divine protection. Some of those people who walked away were never truly loyal. If a lie was enough to make them abandon you, they were never standing firmly with you in the first place. A true friend seeks truth, asks questions, and stands beside you during the storm. The lies they told people about you were not enough. They wanted evidence, so they attempted to create it. They placed roadblocks in your path. They sabotaged opportunities. They damaged what belonged to you. They interfered with your progress. They wanted every setback in your life to become proof of their accusations. When an opportunity disappeared, they celebrated. When your relationship ended, they celebrated. When you lost your job, they celebrated. When you struggled, they pointed fingers and said, "See, we told you. Karma is catching up with them. We want everyone." But what they called karma was actually warfare. What they called punishment was persecution. And what they interpreted as your downfall was simply a temporary season God was allowing. God gave them access, not because He was against you, but because He was preparing an exposure. For a season, God allowed them to speak, to celebrate, and to think they were winning, because God knew they would eventually expose themselves. People who live by lies eventually become careless. They become arrogant, overconfident, and in their arrogance, they reveal their own deception. They said things they should not say. They admitted things they should not admit to. They revealed their involvement through their own words. And suddenly people began asking questions, questions they could not answer, questions that revealed the truth and exposed everything. What they thought was victory was actually the beginning of their downfall. There comes a moment when God steps into the situation. And when God does, everything changes. The lies begin to crumble. The truth begins to emerge. The masks begin to fall. People begin comparing stories and noticing inconsistencies. People recognize manipulation, and before long, the very people who believed the lies start seeing reality. God exposed them, not because you fought back or sought revenge, not because you defended yourself endlessly. God exposed them because truth belongs to Him. Joshua chapter 1 verse 9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." The same people who were warned about you now see your character and your strength. They are beginning to realize something. You were never the problem. The liars were the problem. Now they are asking questions, seeking answers, wondering how they got deceived. Because truth has a way of making people confront their mistakes. Those people they lied to are now realizing they judged you unfairly and abandoned someone innocent. They are realizing they participated in a lie. Just because people discovered the truth does not mean they deserve access back into your life again. Some people walked away from you too early. Some believed the accusations against you without evidence. Some abandoned you when you needed them the most. And now that the truth is out, they want to return. Forgiveness is biblical, but access is earned. You can forgive someone without allowing them back into your inner circle. Christ forgave people, but He also exercised wisdom. Not everyone deserves unrestricted access to your life. God may be teaching you discernment in this season. Choose carefully who walk beside you moving forward. The beautiful thing about God's restoration is that He does not remove fake people, He replaces them. God is bringing genuine friends, genuine supporters, genuine relationships, people who see your worth and respect your journey, people who value your character and will not abandon you because of gossip. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 17 says, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity." The people God sends will stand beside you during adversity, not just during celebration or success, but during hardship as well. Those are the people worth keeping. Everything you endured had a purpose. The isolation, the tears, the confusion, the betrayal. God was building strength within you. He was refining your character. God was preparing you for elevation. What they meant for destruction became preparation. What they intended as humiliation became promotion. What they thought would bury you became the foundation of your testimony. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Even the lies, the betrayal, the attacks, God walked through all of it. And now the truth is standing where the lies once stood. You survived what was designed to break you. You endured what was designed to destroy you. And now the truth is speaking louder than every lie ever told about you. Don't waste your energy trying to convince anyone. God is already doing that for you. Don't chase people who walked away. God is already bringing better people into your life. Don't seek revenge. God has already exposed what needed to be exposed. Keep moving forward and trusting God, because the same God who revealed the truth about your enemies is still working on your behalf today. And remember this, lies may travel fast, but truth always arrives. And when it does, it stays forever. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.